Well, everybody, it's party day. It's finally here, and we have to get cleaned. This house needs a good seeing to get it ready for party time. Now, the animals are going to be upstairs during the party because obviously it's going to get a little bit busy, a little bit noisy, a little bit scary, and our Woody is not going to enjoy that. And I think Baby Nova probably isn't going to enjoy it much either. So they will be spending the party upstairs safely. Probably sleeping if I know anything about the pair of them. Now, Alyssa does have, look at her little pumpkin bedding. I really wanted everywhere to have seasonal everything. So, like, every season the bed linen would change and the cushions would change. And I would decorate for every holiday and every special occasion and all that jazz. And then I thought to myself the other day, well, actually, I didn't think it to myself. I told everyone who would listen. I kind of thought, no, I'm not doing that. While I would like to decorate tastefully for the seasons and things like that, I kind of think filling my home full of plastic trinkets for an extortionate amount of money isn't the best idea in the world. I said to Alyssa when we went Halloween shopping the first time round that perhaps the best use of money at the moment is to get us living in a better living situation, so we're able to go places and do things. The wallpaper isn't, coming off the walls and dented and dinked. The flooring is nice without rips and holes in it, and the sofas are comfy and squishy, and we've got beautiful lamps, and the whole atmosphere in the home is comfy, cozy, warm and gorgeous. I want to spend money on going places and having experiences with my family. At the end of the day, the plastic trinkets and things are fabulous. Don't get me wrong, I love them. I am a big fan. But I think to have them for every single season and every event there is slightly over the top and a little bit too much. Plus, where am I going to store them all? We have enough trouble with the stuff we've got. You want me to add seasons on top? And no, I know you don't want me to add seasons in on top. I'm talking to my internal working brains here. Brains, yes, plural. There's about 6 of me floating around in my own head, which is probably why I come up with these ideas and then change my mind halfway through. Because another one of me steps forward and goes, no, we're doing it differently now. So I have decided that Halloween is my thing. Halloween is huge for me. I love it. I want to do an annual Halloween party and I want to make it bigger and better each year. But I'm not going to be buying so many of those plastic trinket things that are, one-use wonders. I want bits of furniture, lighting and that sort of thing. Well, not bits of furniture, ornaments, I should say, that are going to last me year in, year out, that I can add to every year and just, have it tastefully decorated every year. I have got my first starting giant inflatable. Thank you for that, Bookshelf Ninny. He's up every day. We start him off first thing in the morning and he goes down as soon as we go to bed. He's up all day, every day. And I would like to add to my little collection when he becomes a collection. He's going to have friends out there. So I'm going to have it inflatable so when people pass by, they can see them from the road. But we can see them too, because at the end of the day, I've spent so many years worrying about keeping up with the Joneses, wondering about what people can see when they go past and do we look rich enough? Do we look posh enough? Does this look clean enough? Does that look tidy enough? And I don't know, I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, I just don't care. I want it to look good for me and I want it to look good for us and I want it comfortable, cozy for us. Now, if that means you drive past the house and you think, wow, I wouldn't live there, that's good because you don't. But if you drive past and you think, wow, I'd love to live there or be them, that's also good because that's so cool. You want to be me and you want to live in my house and do the things I'm doing. So either way, I'm happy because I'm doing the things that I love and I want to do and making it a home for me and the family. And I've said this before, it's something I really am quite interested in pursuing and making sure is something we we achieve. So I won't be decking out the house for Easter or Valentine's Day like I wanted. I won't be decking it out for like Pancake Day and things like that. I don't think there's any more holidays, are there? Another thing I won't be doing is buying seasonal cleaners, seasonal scented cleaners. Now, that being said, if I do run out of a specific cleaner and I go to the store and they do have a pumpkin spiced, I don't know, multi-surface spray, then I'll buy that one because it's autumn and why not? But I'm not going to go and make a special effort to buy that sort of stuff. So I'm not going to turn over my cleaning cupboard once every 3 months because the smells don't match the season. I'm going to get some really nice generic cleaning scents. So like the fresh linens, the flowery ones or that sort of thing. Heck, I might even use like Pine Fresh Dettol scent. Who knows? But I'm going to get some stuff that I can use all year round because another one of the things I've become very conscious of is the money flowing in and out of this household. There's not a massive amount coming in. We're not like multi-millionaires just yet. But there's a lot of money flowing out. And it's normally getting wasted on stuff that, we buy, we'll have for a year and then think, I'm done with that and throw it away. And I don't want to do that anymore. I want a good income outcome. I want us to be monetary comfortable and, not have all these waste of time trinkets laid about the shop. Like when we go on holiday, I love playing the 2p machines. Oh, I love them. They are so much fun. But what do you do at the end of it? You've got these little plastic whatsamajips that you can't use. Now, you might get maybe a piece of jewellery that will turn your finger green or a funky little pencil. You might even get some sweets out of those machines, but they're probably as old as the hills and have gone into bloom because they've got too hot under the lights and no one's changed them out for, a couple of months. Well, maybe not that long, but you know what I mean. They're full of great little prizes. They're cool and they're great for kids. But unless there's something in them I want to collect and actually make a collection of, I think I'm going to be going to give the 2p machines a miss. I would like to go on the rides. I would like to go on the beaches and just have experiences with my family. Now, that is not to say I am not going to be going in the arcades. The arcades can offer up some great experiences as well. We went on a VR machine, all of us together. That was hilarious. I ended up screaming and the arcade was pretty quiet. Now, I had the VR headset on. I didn't know how loud I was being and I just proper screamed. And apparently everyone in the arcade spun round to see what was going on and they realised it was just me and my gob on this virtual reality thing. So, I'm not saying I won't be visiting the arcades and I'm not saying I won't be getting stuff out of the 2p machines anymore. But I do want to be just a little bit more conscious of what we're spending money on, where it's going and why it's going there. Am I buying stuff just because I need a dopamine hit? Because that's a big thing too. I noticed with myself today, I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed with all the cleaning I had to do, the party prep. And also, I don't know if I've said in other videos, but the guest list is slowly dwindling on this party. And it was kind of making me feel a little bit sad and a little bit overwhelmed. And I thought, I just want to go to the shop, buy something. I could just do with a nibbly something. I just want to go to the shop. And then I realised I'm not hungry. I'm eating, I want to buy something because it will give me that rush of dopamine or whatever it is, that like the feel-good stuff, And I don't want that. So I stopped myself going to the shop. I did get some stuff to eat at home in hopes of getting the same little response. Didn't quite work. And I did realise I was eating when I wasn't hungry. But you know what? One habit at a time here. I managed to stop myself going to the shop to buy some stuff. And not eating when I got home was just going to be a little bit too much, especially when we're getting all the party food out now and we're surrounded by goodies and yummies and nibbles. I'm not, I'm only human. I'm also basically a recovering fat person. And, sometimes old habits, they're hard to break, are they not? So, yeah, at least I managed to save a bit of money there. But that is something I would like to be a little more conscious of, where money is going and how it's getting there, because we do waste an awful lot. Well, I say an awful lot. I suppose if you totaled it up over the year, it probably would be an awful lot. I mean, I always look at my P60 at the end of the year and think, how am I still so skint when I've earned this much all year? But then you realise, actually, you might have earned, I don't know, let's say 25k. But you've got your rent, your council tax, your food, your water, your lights, your gas, whatever it is you've got to spend all that money. So you haven't just earned 25k that's just sort of sat in your back pocket doing nothing. It's gone places, you've spent it. But I feel like at the moment we're spending a bit more than what we should be. And I'd like to save a little bit more, because 2026 we've got some projects planned. Obviously we want to redecorate a bit more because it's starting to get a bit yuck in here again. This room's starting to fall to bits again. Everything's just starting to fall to bits again. Even the hallway that we did not that long ago is starting to look a bit drab and a bit yuck now, because it's such a high traffic area. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I've still got some paint tins out there with it in, with the old paint in, and I'm just going to give it a quick touch up around the edges and I don't know, maybe I could add something. The dog's got this awful habit of rubbing himself on the corner of the wall at the bottom of the stairs. And he's rubbed it off that much, like the plaster come away, the paint's come away. And now there's just like the metal corner bit that they put that little metal thing over the corner of the wall to give it a nice crisp edge. He's worn away the plaster down to that. So I'm thinking maybe I could put something there to stop him doing that. Or if he does do it, to prevent the damage, I might maybe put a plant there. But it's going to be a bit awkward with that being the corner for the bathroom door. I don't know yet. I don't know. It's something I'm going to have to look into in 2026. But this is the problem. Our house is such a high traffic area all the time. Like everyone is in it all the time. So it's taking a lot of life, and I think I need to address that so that we've got the sturdy of stuff to put up with the amount of life that gets lived in here, which is great. I love that our home is lived in. I've never hid the fact our home is lived in. It is what it is. You take us as you find us, or you find someone else, I don't really ever want to be anything other than me, because hiding yourself is just pointless. It is the fast track way to misery. Pretending to be something or someone else is a surefire way to be miserable, and I'm just not playing that game. So I think maybe we need to make the home a little bit more robust, or we need to figure out a way to be outside more, living life and living experiences and just enjoying each other's company. So there's a lot to be learned, a lot going on, and a lot of changes to make in the new year. But like I said, that's going to take some pennies. And, well, I think I am just going to have to become a gardener for our finances and try and tend them a little better. And, I mean, I've never learned how to deal with money properly. Look at that. How beautiful does that look? Comfy and cosy. Anyway, I've never learnt to be one to tend money particularly. If you've got it, you may as well spend it. You can't take it with you when you go. But with an attitude like that, you never have it. Always waiting to go. You're living your life for the end of it. No, I want to enjoy here and now. I want to be comfortable. I want to plan for my future. And I want to have fun experiences. Now, the only way I can plan for my future is to accept I'm going to have one. I've spent much of my life being scared that I wouldn't have a future. My future was nothing, so I may as well just spend the money now. And that's not the case. I have a very bright future to look forward to, and I have many things to do and look forward to in that future. So I'm going to start living for my future instead of only living for the here and now. There's something to be said for living for the here and now, but there's also something to be said for planning for the future. And too many of those like Facebook posts and the Instagram posts and even on YouTube, you get, oh, don't worry about tomorrow. It's not promised us. You only live for today. Well, that's fabulous. But what happens when tomorrow rocks around and you ain't got your rent money because you decided to fly to Las Vegas and spend all your rent money on, I don't know, casinos? You know, living for today is fantastic, but you still have to plan for tomorrow. I don't know. Just my thinking. Anyway, it's party day. Why have I gone all philosophical on myself? It's party day. I did finish cleaning up, and Jaden and Alyssa did take over the redecorating. Now, I am going to put a quick short up of the redecorating because we're literally about an hour away from the party starting, and I'm just editing the full house clean video. I really, like I said, with the internet going down like it did, it's caused a bit of a backlog, and now I'm literally having to edit the same day it goes out, which is, it's a bit difficult, and I've not got as much memory on my phone as I need to film multiple videos in one go. So I'm going to do a quick walk round to show you what it does look like, but you're not going to be able to see us decorate because it's all been done, and I didn't have any storage on my phone to film it for you. So I am really sorry, but at least you'll get to see it. But, you know, that's something, isn't it? I don't know if I'm going to be able to film the actual party because obviously there is going to be music going and there is the issue of copyright. I don't know how some YouTubers do it. I don't know if they share royalties or they like buy the copyright license or something to be allowed to use the music on their videos. I haven't quite worked that bit of YouTube out yet. I'm sure there's a way, and I'm sure by next year I'll have it all sorted and we can all be, I don't know, doing the thriller together. I have no idea. I don't know. But because obviously the party's going to be heavy with the music, I'm not going to be able to do a vast amount of filming. I also would really like to enjoy the party. And I think if I'm wandering around filming everything, I'm not going to be taking part. So I will film bits of it and I'll probably put a little short up. So one of your vloggoween videos might be a little bit short because it's obviously just going to be little clipettes. But, you know, I'm doing my best and I'm enjoying every minute of it. I really have learned a huge amount from doing this vloggoween. And next year, like I said, it's going to be way better. Way better. I have mega plans already on the drawing board for next year. And I am going to figure out a better way to sort of schedule myself so I can get them done. I'm thinking as well, I might just start filming a little bit earlier so I can get a good backlog of videos ready for you all. That way, should the internet go down or, I don't know, I have a power failure or phone decides it doesn't want to play anymore, I've got those videos for you. Just a quick one for you. Why am I cleaning my bathroom in the dark? Well, that is a good question and I'm going to answer that for you now. The light in the bathroom, I don't know what happened when they wired our house, but I think they wired it backwards. The bathroom light lasts about 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something crazy like that, and then it goes. We've had umpteen replacements. We've called people out. They keep saying they'll fix it, they'll get it sorted, rah, rah, rah. Here we are, 14 years of living here down the line, and we're still experiencing, like, light outages every, like, I think the longest it's lasted is 3 months. So we gave up with the bathroom light because it was absolutely pointless, and you try and turn it on to use the bathroom at night and it wouldn't work. So now what we have is a rechargeable battery light. It's an automatic light, so it turns itself on and off, obviously, when nobody is in the bathroom, which means it's not wasting power, and we use that. Now, obviously, during the day, we have to take it out of the bathroom and we have to pop it on charge so it's ready for the night time. It wasn't quite ready. It wasn't quite finished charging by the time I got to cleaning the bathroom. So it was still on charge and I decided I needed to clean the bathroom anyway. I'm going to use my phone light. So I cleaned the bathroom with my phone light. It's fine. It all worked out in the end. So That's why I was cleaning the bathroom in the dark. I've got quite used to it actually now. I can clean most things in the dark. Actually, it's probably easy. You don't see half the dirt or mess, and you're done a lot faster because it's just not there. And if you can't see it, it doesn't count. I am going to have to get some more storage boxes for all this Halloween stuff we've got, though. It is literally all over the downstairs. It's everywhere. Like I say, I've had a good tidy up and a good clean ready for when guests arrive. But it's at the moment, it's literally all over the flipping shop. I managed to get it all tidied away and bagged up, sorted out and organised. And then Alyssa and Jaden did the decorating, and now it's all back out everywhere. And now I think we're about half hour out before guests start arriving, and I still haven't gone downstairs and tidied it up. Never mind. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. I can't do any more about it. I've got to get things done, and other people can do their bit. Alyssa did say she was going to go down and finish it off, so I'm gonna wait for her to do that. Dell's cooking food at the moment, so I'm up here getting this little bit edited before this goes out today, and you guys can all get to enjoy that. Oh, it's been a busy one, but I love it. And honestly, like I say, next year we'll be way more organised. We'll know exactly what's going on, how to get it done. I am thinking perhaps the party should start later because it's not quite dark yet, and we've got a lot of stuff that relies on it being dark for it to have any impact. Now, it is quite dark at the moment. It's kind of dusky, but I don't think it's quite going to have that wow impact that we want it to have. It will when it gets dark, but the guests will already be here by the time it gets dark. So it's not quite going to have the same effect. But, we're trying our best. This is the first time we're doing this, and there's teething issues, but we'll get through them. And at the end of the day, all we've really got coming are very close friends and family. So there's Alyssa's best friend and his partner. We've got my dad and Alyssa's other friend. Oh, and Alyssa's boyfriend. He's coming as well. So, Alyssa's got 4 friends attending and my dad's here. So 4 friends and 1 family. It's not a massive gathering, but we're still going to have fun. And I can't believe I'm still having to sit here and count the guests on my fingers because I can't remember how many people there are because my head is that bad with numbers. Now, originally my sister was going to be coming down. My niece, my nephew and my niece's partner, they were all going to be coming down as well. But my sister, she's decided to not come down for allergy reasons, which is fine. I totally understand that. In fact, I was the one who said, don't come. You're more than welcome to come, but I really don't think it's going to be a good idea for you to come. And obviously, I don't think my niece wanted to come, particularly without, her mum coming. And my nephew decided that he's going to stay at home as well, which it's all good. Obviously, for allergy reasons, I don't particularly want her coming down here and having this massive asthma attack because of the cat. And, that just would not be a fun night, would it? We also got a smoke machine. And I'm a little bit nervous. Absolutely a little bit. I don't know if that makes sense. It does in my brain, so we're going with it. I'm absolutely a little bit nervous that the smoke machine would probably also set off her asthma. We haven't worked out, when I said don't come down, we hadn't quite worked out a way of keeping the smoke from the smoke machine, the fog machine, at ground level. Since I told Kerry not to attend, I figured out a way of getting the smoke to sit at ground level. So next year, people with allergies and asthma sufferers will be able to attend because the smoke will be laid at floor level and not all up in your face like there's been a bit of a fire. So there is that to it. It doesn't set off the fire alarms, which is good because that would drive me mad all night having to listen to the fire alarm going off. So that's a plus. And it lights up, which is really cool. I am also planning on next year maybe having a bit more of an outdoor area, like an undercover outdoor area, so people can sit outside to have a cigarette or a vape if they wanted to. and also sit outside and just have a drink. You know, we're not in a massive house, so when a lot of people get sort of squished in, it's going to get a bit warm. And I'd like people to be able to sort of sit outside and have a drink and cool off and get some air and stuff like that. So I am planning a bit more of an outsidey area for next year as well. I've got so many plans for next year. I want to start decorating already. I am going to buy probably a huge amount of stuff over the course of the year. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that anymore. Excuse the motorbike. I don't know if you heard it. I certainly did. I will be buying, like I said, some statement pieces, some proper pieces that I can keep year in, year out and have properly, you know. So I want to be working on that sort of thing throughout the year. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not big on the Christmas thing. I like to have my Christmas, but I'm not like over the top. I tried to be. It didn't work. So I'm going to be over the top for Halloween. I think, like I've said many times before, I'm going to go retro this year. I'm going back to the 90s for my Christmas, and that is just the way it's going to be. I'm going to have the foil hanging from the walls, and I'm going to have the big garish lights, not these little twinkly things. We're going back 90s styly this Christmas. Unfortunately, the prices won't be 90s Christmas styly, but you know, you take the bits where you can. So yeah, we're going to be 90s styling it for Christmas this year. And I won't be going overboard with all the decor. The stuff we've got is the stuff we've got, and that is what we're keeping. I'm not going to be going over the top with food either, so that's going to be okay. We do find mostly that come the new year, we're promising ourselves these New Year's resolutions and we're still stuffing down chocolate from Christmas. And as much as I love chocolate and cakes and snacks of all descriptions, I'm sorry, when you're like 3 weeks into January and you're still eating chocolate for your breakfast, lunch and dinner, it's just too much. So I will be getting just a few bits for like Christmas dinner, for Christmas Eve, and like a few nibbles, and then Boxing Day we'll have the cold meat spread. And that'll be it. After Boxing Day, done. Back to normal food, back to normal life. Just carry on like Christmas didn't happen. I do like to make a bit of a song and dance around Christmas, but honestly, I find it, you big it up so much in your head how wonderful it's going to be, and nothing ever comes up to your imagination. So, do you know what? I'm going to under-imagine, and I'm going to anticipate, and hopefully it'll be better than I can literally say when I go back to work in the new year, do you know what? Christmas was better than I ever imagined it could be. Because I'm going to under-imagine it this year. And I want to be able to say it, Christmas was better than I ever imagined it could be. And yeah, why not do that? Does that not sound a better thing to say in the new year? Did you have a good Christmas? And most people go, yeah, it was all right, because you've bigged it up in your head. You want it like one of the movie holidays, and it never gets that way. But if you can go back to work and you can say, yeah, it was the best Christmas I could have ever imagined. You're not belying, but, wouldn't that not be a great thing to say? And I think that's kind of the outlook I want on life, really. So, how was the party? It was the best party I could have ever imagined. Because what did I imagine? I imagined every guest turning up, having a few sandwiches and leaving after half an hour. And we were just sat there watching telly, bored, twiddling our thumbs, going to bed at 9 o'clock. Well, this way, if guests stay at least an hour, it'll have been the best party I could have ever imagined. And that's what I want to be able to tell you when I do the tidy up, clean up video tomorrow. I'm hoping it will be uploaded tomorrow. If not, it will be uploaded Monday for you guys. It's currently Saturday. But yeah, I want to be able to say on that clean-up vlog the day after, it was the best party I could have imagined. It was great. And do you know what? I'm going to say that anyway, because at the end of the day, that's the way I want to remember it. That's the way I want to imagine it. I've done a lot of looking lately at how you perceive the world and things like that, and how everyone sees things from a different perspective, right? And it suddenly dawned on me that when an incident happens, any incident, any event, anything like that actually happens, and you look back on it, 2 or 3 people who did the same thing are going to remember it completely differently. Now, that that's kind of coloured by a lot of things. It's coloured by your past, who you are, and the angles you stood at and all that sort of thing. But surely you can remember it in a good light. You can remember the good things that happen and not the bad things. My brain has been trained over the years, and I know it has because many people have told me this. My brain has been trained to only remember the bad stuff. It only sees the bad things. And so many times I've been told, you only remember the bad things. I do, because it's what kept me safe as a kid. Remembering the bad things, that didn't get repeated. So I could make sure things were happier going forward. And it still happens now. That was bad, don't do that again. That was bad, don't do that again. Right? Doesn't always happen. My anxiety gets in the way and we mess things up. But anyway, I can choose to remember the good things. When you come home from work and you say, I've had such a bad day. Have you? Have you? Did you literally have a bad day from the minute you woke up to the minute you got home and went to sleep at night? Was it a bad day? And actually, it can't have been, because if you come home from work and you say, I've had a really bad day, your day's not over yet. Your day's not over yet. Yes, up until then, let's say every second of your day has been absolutely horrendous until that point. You could still go on and win the lottery that night. So your day hasn't been that bad, has it? I bet if that lottery win came in and someone said, ooh, do you remember that Tuesday on the 15th of July? And you'd go, yeah, that was a great day. But up until that point, you'd been telling the world it was an awful day. It was the worst day ever. You can choose what to look at in your day. You can choose what points to pick up on. Now, that doesn't mean you can't say, I got called into the office and I got a telling off because I didn't put the keys in the safe last night. I left them on the side, or, something like that. That was a bit of a bad moment. But you know what? You walked out of that office and Mavis from the typing pool, she'd got you a coffee. The one you liked with the extra pump of hazelnut syrup or whatever in it, So that was a bad instance, but that was a great one. You weren't expecting that. Wasn't that a great day? But you choose to remember the bad thing because it teaches you not to do it again. But you could look at it and go, I've had a really good day, actually. Mavis from typing pool got me a coffee. Do you see what I'm saying? We can choose how we view the world, and it takes practice because we are so used to seeing the world the way we see it. It's like learning any new skill. When you were a kid and you learnt to walk, most of us didn't walk before sort of 18 months, 2 years, right? Most of us didn't learn how to speak in full sentences before about the same time. So we're looking at about 2 years. 2 years before those skills even develop, And how long really does a baby actually practice talking for or practice walking for? They take it in stages. They go from not being able to do anything to holding their own head up, to being able to sit up, to being able to roll over, to being able to crawl, to being able to push to stand and hold on to things, to taking their first steps holding on and then letting go. There's all those steps. And we as adults suddenly expect to be able to pick up a new habit or a new discipline or a new way of thinking, just literally overnight. Please, we need to start living in reality. Just because we're grown-ups don't mean we get it right first time. How many times does a toddler fall down and get back up before they keep walking and realise how to balance and do it? No end of times. But every time mum and dad are there going, come on, sweetheart, stand up, that's it, good, one step, oh, down you go, up you get. And they're constantly encouraging. When you learnt to ride a bike, someone was there for most of us, encouraging you how to ride that bike, holding that seat, running along with you, encouraging you when you fell off to get back on and try again. Yet as we get older, when we become adults, nobody encourages us anymore. No one says, don't worry, I know that was awful. I know you're having a crisis at the moment. I know you're really upset, but you know what? You've got this. You can do it. You've got this. You can do it. Come on, just give it one more try. Just give it one more try. You can do this. Yeah? No one ever says that to us anymore. They're like, oh, no, that was terrible, weren't it? Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't go anymore. Maybe you shouldn't do that anymore. Why? Because I was terrible at it the first time? No, that just means I need to do it again. You know, being called back for failure is not a bad thing. It's just you have to practice. And I want to be your cheerleader out here. I want to be a cheerleader for people. You got this. Keep practicing. If it fails, you do it again. Only ever stop doing it when you don't want to. And I'll tell you how you know if you don't want to. If it don't mean anything to you. If we threw this Halloween party, right? No one turned up. The decorations all fell down. All the food burnt. It was horrendous, right? And I wasn't sad. And I just sat there and went, oh, well, I'm going to go to bed early then. I would know that this Halloween party didn't mean a dot to me. But if all that happened and I was upset, and I know I would be upset, I can already feel myself being upset by it, then I know this Halloween party means something to me. And I know it's not gone as well as I want, as well as I thought in my mind. So you keep trying. Keep trying till it doesn't mean anything to you or you achieve your goal. And it's fine to have something you think is your goal, to have something you think is going to be this amazing special event, and then realise, no, it's not. That's fine, dreams change. When I was younger, I wanted to be a firefighter. That soon changed. I wanted to be a physiotherapist for a football team. That changed. And I also spent an awful lot of money on dog training and dog behavioural psychology courses so I could become a dog trainer. I tried dog training in the really real world. I did a few free sessions for a few people. I'm an abysmal dog trainer. I never actually charged anybody for a dog training session because I didn't know what I was doing. I had all the theory, but I never had any of the practical with these dogs. So I never charged anyone for me to basically practice on them and their dogs and that sort of thing. Like I said, I had all the theory, I just never had the practical implications of it. Once I got my hands on a few dogs, I realised that being a dog trainer was abso-flaming-lutely not what I wanted to do. Not behavioural anyway. I would still really love to train, like the guide dogs, the hearing dogs and that sort of thing. But as a job, doing it in your own home environment, I get bored and too distracted easily. At work, I can focus. So I would still like to try doing that. But no, rehabilitating dogs, not for me. And I remember people asking me, don't give up on, or telling me, don't give up on it, don't give up on it. You should keep trying, You've always wanted to do that. Yeah, I did. And then one day I realised, A, I'm terrible at it. And B, I genuinely felt in my soul, I do not want to do this. I don't want to do it. I have no passion for this at all. Now, that being said, I still love watching Cesar Milan. I still love watching all those sorts of things, those dog training programs. Love them to bits. Love them. But I will never take another dog and try to train it because I'm terrible. Now, that's not to say I don't have the knowledge there. If someone says, how would you handle that? I can tell you, well, the theory behind it says X. But no, I'm never going to put my hands on another dog and attempt like rehabilitation training. Training a puppy is a bit different because you're training the behaviour straight in. Rehabilitating a behaviour is different. You're stopping a bad behaviour and putting in a good behaviour. I can't do that. I'm terrible at that and I don't ever want to do it again. So, yeah, it's fine to give up on what you thought was a big hope and a big dream. Because as we get older, we learn more about ourselves, we learn more about the people around us. Our physical and mental capabilities change all over the place. So as we learn more about ourselves and our surroundings and our lives ebb and flow and change, it's fine, like I say, to be able to realise it doesn't fit you anymore. And that doesn't have to be a sad thing. Because once one dream goes, another one will come straight into its place. And this one might fit your long-term life a little better. Maybe it won't. Maybe in like 3 weeks' time, it'll be like, nah, this ain't for me. I'm not interested, Tar, very much. But you know what? We're a long time with us, so you got to make you happy. So try 101 things. Try everything until you find that thing that ignites that fire inside of you, that you can't sleep through your alarm clock. You don't even need an alarm clock. You are waking up at the crack of dawn to get your day started because, wow, today I get to do rah. You know, you are living every moment of every day of your life, living it to the best you can, living it happy, living it free, living it full of excitement and joy. All right, now we've had another philosophical... I'm full of philosophical conversations today, aren't I? Maybe I should change the name of the channel. From small steps to big changes to here we chat philosophically. Was it a philosophical conversation? I don't know. Maybe I should change it to I have no idea what I'm talking about. I just waffle incessantly about nonsense. I am, however, itching to get my hands on this room, to get it finally decorated. I love the layout of this room. When it's clean and tidy, this room is such a relaxing space to be in. You can just chill in the evening. You can feel the presence of calm and warmth and loveliness. It's beautiful. But then you look around at the state of the decoration of the place and you just want to cry. And I think maybe this is a big part of the reason why I don't want many people coming to this party this year. Because I'm kind of ashamed of our home. And I don't want to be that way. This is my home. And if my friends are here, then they shouldn't be judging the state of my home. And you know, if you're judging the state of my home, then you're not the sort of person I want as a friend. And I know I'm putting my home out all over the internet. And I know people are going to judge me. And I'm literally lining up for it, right? My home is all over the internet. I get that. And I get people, strangers, judging how I live and making comments. I get that. I've literally put my life out there to be seen and to be judged upon. But if you are counting yourself as one of my friends and you are sitting there in judgment of me and in judgment of the changes I am trying to make to my life, then you are not a friend of mine and you are not someone I want as a friend of mine. So if any of my so-called friends are out there watching this and they are sitting in judgment of me, just do me a favour and please stop referring to yourself as a friend, because you're not. I do not go to my friends' homes and judge them upon what they're doing. And I don't think any of my friends are doing that. Anyone I would truly call a friend, I don't think is judging me. And actually, I say my friends. They're Alyssa's friends, actually. I'm friendly with them. They're not here. They're not judging me. So, yeah. I just like to get that in. If you've got that in your life, if you've got someone who every time they come round your house, you feel like you're being judged, you feel like you're being looked down upon, you feel like you're being frowned upon, then they're not a friend. Do yourself the biggest favour you can do and remove them from your life. If you can't remove them fully, that's fine. Just distance yourself from them. You know, if they're like work colleagues or work friends that you can't not be friends with, you know, you can't not be civil with, that's fine. Just be civil. You don't have to invite them places anymore. You don't have to go with them places. Now, I know a lot of people are going to feel left out. You know, when you're the only one at work that's not being invited on the night out, or you're not being invited for coffee, you're not being invited to that person's party or christening, wedding, whatever it is that these people go to on work dues or whatever, it can feel really lonely. I've been there. You can feel really sad and really lonely. But it's better to be friends with the right people than it is to be friends with anybody. Because you're going to go to these events with these people and the whole time you're there, you're going to be feeling it. The snidey, sly little comments, the little chats in the corners, the looks of disapproval, the last minute invites because no one could be bothered to invite you early just in case you could come. That's what's going to be going on in your life, and I'd rather be alone. I'd rather not have those people as friends, you know? And yeah, honestly, if it's happening to you, genuinely just keep your distance. Don't be sad when you're not invited. You weren't going to have fun anyway. Stay at home and read a book. Watch a film. Take yourself out. You do know that you can go into a restaurant on your own and have food. They don't have a minimum head count. You can go to the cinema on your own and watch a movie. Here's a little story for you. I won't go into too many details because someone I know might be watching. My daughter got me tickets to see the Dream Boys, right? Now, I'll let you do your research on Dream Boys because I don't want the algorithm getting very upset at me. She got me birthday tickets to go and see the Dream Boys. She got me and one other person these tickets. The other person said they were definitely going to come, so she spent the money to buy us both tickets. The other person decided not to come. We tried to see if anybody else would like to come. We knew it was last minute, but did they want to come? Nobody wanted to come with me. All those people I thought were my friends and were really close to me, none of them were able to come, none of them wanted to come. Do you know what I did? I took myself. I did. The oddest thing was that my own daughter didn't want to come along with me and, keep me company. But that's fine. That's fine. Me in the seat next to me, we had a whale of a time. I got to chill, and actually I wasn't sort of crammed in because they pack them seats quite tight together. I got to chill and, you want to believe I was stood up, I was screaming, I was cheering, I was joining in. I had no problem because do you know what? I would rather do it on my own than do it with somebody who pretends that they like me. I am a confident enough person I can do that on my own. Sometimes I wish people would be more honest with people because, I'd rather know. I'd rather know you don't like me and that's why you don't want to come rather than you're pretending to, I'd love to come, but my nan's ill and I'm going to have to go see my nan or whatever the excuse is. I'd rather people just say, do you know what? I like you, but I don't like you that much and I'd rather not come to her. Or your house kind of smells like dog and I'd rather not be there. I know that's harsh. And I know I would never be that honest with other people. So I can't expect people to be that honest with me. But sometimes I do feel like actually I'd prefer to hear that. Because then I'd know who to waste my time with and who not to. If you're making excuses, I kind of think, oh, well, I'll invite you next time because you only couldn't come this time because your nan was ill. When actually, I'll keep inviting you, and you keep turning me down because you don't want to be here. Just tell me you don't want to be here. Do you know what I'm saying? But I know full well if someone invited me somewhere and I didn't want to go, I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know, my nan's ill or my third aunt's poodle is having a birthday party and I've got to go to that instead. I know I would lie about that because sometimes telling a little lie is better than telling the truth. It feels better for you and it kind of feels better to the person receiving it sometimes. So I'm at the point where I'm saying to myself, do you know what? If people want to come, then they would be here. If people wanted to come and they could come, then they would be here. Now, if you don't want to come or you can't come, I'm no longer going to get upset about it because if you don't want to come, then I don't want you here. And if you can't come, then you can't be here. Me being upset about that's not going to change it. So either way you look at it really, I'm no longer going to be upset about it. What is the point? Making people do things, attend things, just makes the whole situation feel awkward, uncomfortable, sad, lonely, and irritating. Nah, not for me no more. No thanks. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be happy. And the people that make me happy? The people that live in my home, the people that want to be around me, the people that I can laugh with, I can be me with, I can just be confident with. They're the people that make me happy. And they're the people I want to make happy. And they're the people I'm going to focus in on and try and keep as happy as I possibly can. I'm not saying I'm going to be very good at it. I'm a pretty miserable person most of the time. I know people are going to doubt that, but I can be a right grumpy grouch. I can be such a misery guts when I want to be. I tell you, I really can. But I think, again, that's because for so many years I've surrounded myself with so many people that haven't wanted to be in my life. And I have tried so hard to impress these people. So they loved me, they liked me, they wanted to be a part of my life. And now I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm going to be me. And if you want to be part of my life, then you are welcome. And if at any point you change your mind and you don't want to be a part of my life, then just stop being a part of it. Absolutely fine. It would be very nice of you if you said goodbye on your way out. But you absolutely don't have to. You can just sort of slowly cut ties and disappear off into the distance. That's fine. I'll take that too. But I'm not going to work hard at making contact with people. I'm not going to work hard at, oh, please don't say that. Please be my friend. I'll say whatever you want me to say, so you'll be my friend. No. No, no, no. Things change. Things have changed. I am a different person, and I am not going to be being different so that you will want to be a part of my life again. You either want to be here or you don't. Okay, so with philosophical... Is it a philosophical conversation or is it just a deeper, meaningful one? Either way, with conversation number 3 under our belts, what should we talk about now, I wonder? How about Halloween, given this is a vlog? Well, I say a vlog, it's a vloggoween vlog. I keep getting distracted talking to my child. And we've both been up since, about 6 a.m? Now, if I'd thought about it, I should have got up at 6 a.m. and started cleaning and started doing everything. And then I would have had loads of time, wouldn't I? But I have started watching on YouTube The Nursery Nurse. Now, if you've seen her, you'll know she's got a couple of characters, Charlotte and Mia. I just happened across it, popped up on my feed on YouTube the other day. A over 4 hour long episode of Charlotte and Mia, and other characters were involved too, but it focuses on their relationship together. I started watching it. I can't stop watching it. I managed to watch about 20 minutes at a time. I'm nearly the full way through. I'm absolutely desperate for another 4.5 hour long episode. I tell you, oh good grief. I can't stop watching it. So at 6 o'clock this morning, I sat down and it was quiet. And I managed to watch about an hour of this episode. And, I love it. I love it. The trouble is, I should have been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I can't stop, though. I think The Nursery Nurse is absolutely amazing. And the fact that she got a bigger video going was fantastic. The TikToks are great. I love watching them. Every time they come up, I'll watch them. But I like the longer form videos where you can follow a character's journey right through rather than just like the 3-minute skits. So I'm hoping I'm going to have a look at her channel probably tomorrow now and see if she's got any more massively long videos like that, because I want to watch them. I think she's brilliant. I think she's hilarious. She's a fantastic character. Well, she's a fantastic character. She plays so many fantastic characters as well. Talking of fantastic characters, Del found a stage show near me that is holding open auditions for actors and actresses to come and audition. I want to go. I'm so looking forward to it. If I do go, it will mean Mondays and Wednesdays doing rehearsals, and that does mean I might have to take a little bit of a slowdown on uploading and doing YouTube videos. It won't slow down completely, and I am thinking in the new year of just going back to 2 uploads a week rather than doing the extra Tuesday video. I'm not sure how that's going to go yet, but yes, that will be great. I will try and film like some of what goes on and that sort of thing, depending on if I'm allowed or not. But I can film the car journeys and that sort of thing. That would be fun, filming, like going in and, you know, what I'm doing. But I'm hoping I will be able to go to the open auditions, and I'm really hoping I get to land a part. Now it is it's a stage show of keeping up appearances. I really wanted to audition for Hyacinth, but the general consensus when I ask everybody is audition for Daisy. Now, I was kind of thinking either Hyacinth or Rose, but everyone's like, no, Daisy, you'd make a really good Daisy. So I am going to go and audition for Daisy and hope I get that part. So, yeah, keep your fingers crossed for me. We'll see how it goes. Interestingly, audition's going to be held on my birthday. And the actual stage show, the actual performances are going to be held a couple of days before Dell's birthday and on Dell's birthday. How serendipitous is that? I mean, they couldn't have done it any better. And actually, I think if they'd have done it on one of the kids' birthdays, I certainly wouldn't have gone. But Alyssa turns 21 on February the 2nd, 2026. So I wouldn't have gone for her birthday because that's a big milestone. And also Craig turns 18 on March the 16th, 2026. So that's a milestone birthday as well. And I really wouldn't want to be absent for milestone birthdays. I know Dell had his 50th, and we didn't really do a big amount for his 50th, but we didn't really have a huge lot of income for his 50th. Sorry, I was just looking out of the curtains. We didn't have a huge amount of income for his 50th, so we didn't really do anything massive for him. But I think the kids 21st and 18 are you can't miss them. I was still here for Dell's 50th. We just didn't do much. I always wanted to throw him a really big party. But then I was talking to him the other day about like having a really big birthday party. And he's like, I wouldn't know who to invite. Who'd you invite? We had a christening for the kids and we invited loads of people. We never cancelled the christening. And, actually, we never even booked the christening. We never cancelled it with friends and family. We just never had it because we never booked it. Do you know, not one person showed up. Not one to our children's christening. Who would you invite to your birthday party? No one. So that kind of gets rid of the surprise party there. I've always really wanted like a big surprise party. I've always wanted like someone to hire out a hall or something like that and fill it full of people and have a big proper surprise party for me. Yet again, who really would I invite? Again, the place would just be packed with, you know, people who pay lip service to being your friend and actually probably not, you know? And I know my family would be there. I know I could count on my family to be there if we hired a big hall or a venue or something. They'd do their absolute best to be there. But who would I invite friends-wise? You know? Alyssa's got Jaden and I love that she has Jaden and he can be there for her. And they have such a close friendship. It's absolutely amazing. And I must admit, I'm a little bit jealous I don't have that with anyone. I have that with Dell, but I mean, friends-wise, I don't have a friend I can be that close to. I've got some amazing people on YouTube, though. You guys out there are my rock. And I'm terrible with names, I must admit. But there's some of you out there that I know. And as soon as I see your little icon thing, your little whatever that's called, profile picture, I know it's you. I don't even have to read the name and I know it's you. And some of your comments are so sweet and they are so deep and meaningful and so touching. And some of the support and the gifts you guys give are absolutely amazing. And just know, if I don't get to say thank you to you, I do thank you. This is your big public thank you. And I know you don't do it for thanks. I know you don't do it for likes. I know you're doing it just because you're generous and beautiful, wonderful, wonderful people. But I do want you to know that what you're doing means the absolute world to me. It has been a dream of mine for many, many years to create content for a public forum. I always wanted to be an actress. I always wanted to be on stage or screen. And I always wanted people to recognise me and know me and be like, oh, there goes Raquel. Oh, I just saw Raquel, you know? I always wanted that. And here I am doing it. Here I am living it. And that is all because of you guys. All because of you guys. I could not do it if you weren't here. So, yeah, I do. I thank you deeply. You'll never know what it means. You never will know what it means. I hope there are people out there that are giving you the same support and the same good feelings that you guys are giving me. Well, thank you for joining me for the philosophical conversations and the clean. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.